Hey there, SEA agents. I hope your third day aboard the Amarillo is going well. Our Bible story takes place on the deep, blue, expansive sea. Well, actually, it was a lake. But anyways, the story starts right after Jesus fed the crowd of 5,000 people. This story is also found in several places in the Bible, but today we're going to be reading from the book of Matthew. This story starts with Jesus telling his disciples to go ahead of him. You see, they needed to cross a lake, and the disciples boarded a boat and set sail. Jesus stayed behind, and he went up onto a mountainside by himself and prayed. I think this part of the story is really important because it shows us that even Jesus took time alone to spend time with God. The Bible says that later that night, Jesus was there alone, and the boat the disciples were on was already a considerable distance from land, meaning it was far away, and it was being buffeted by the waves because there was a strong wind against it. That means the boat was having a really hard time turning or making it across the lake. Jesus saw the disciples and he began to walk towards them in the boat. Did you catch that? He was walking on water. How cool was that? So it says that when the disciples saw him walking on the lake, they were terrified. "It's a ghost!" they cried out. They were afraid. And Jesus immediately said to them, "Take courage! It's I! Don't be afraid." One of Jesus' disciples, Peter, called out to Jesus, "Lord, if it's you, tell me to come to you on the water." And so Jesus told him to come out. Peter got out of the boat and he walked on water to Jesus. But then Peter started to notice the wind and the waves, and he was really afraid, and he began to sink. The Bible said that Peter cried out, "Lord, save me!" And immediately Jesus reached out his hand and caught him. "You of little faith," he said, "why did you doubt?" And when they climbed into the boat, the wind died down. The other disciples in the boat began to worship, and they said, "Truly, you are the Son of God." I think this story shows us how important it is to trust God. When we spend time with God and we focus on him in the same way that Jesus himself did, praying, reading the Bible, and worshiping, we can build our trust in God. Our faith grows deeper when we put our trust in God.